Welcome back to the channel. Apparently my ice cream was upside down. Anyway, this video is mostly about this cheesecake, but not just any old cheesecake. This is a burnt Basque cheesecake. How is it different to normal cheesecake? It's more of a cakey kind of cheesecake. I've never made one before, but I wanted to make a cheesecake ice cream. Actually, my wife wanted a cheesecake ice cream, and I love cheesecake, so it kind of made sense just to make one a little bit different. So we thought we'd have a look online. We chose Crumbs and Doilies burnt Basque cheesecake, made this, and then did some ice cream stuff as well. So if you want to see how we make both, stick around and we'll show you. So for this burnt Basque cheesecake, we're going to start with our cream cheese. We've gone with Philadelphia here, straight off the shelf, nothing fancy. Make sure that's at room temperature, put it in a bowl, add in your sugar and get it really nicely combined and smooth. At that stage, then you're going to add all your eggs one at a time. Make sure they're just nicely combined. You're not trying to whip this at all. You're just trying to get those eggs combined well. Then add in your flour, get that nicely mixed in, and finally your cream. Once that's all completely combined, you're going to take your springform pan and put in some baking parchment. Make sure there's some nice folds around the edges. Make sure it goes over the edges as well, because this will rise in the oven. Pour your mix into your pan and then put it in a preheated oven at 200°C fan for 45 to 50 minutes. Check on it through the cooking process to make sure you don't open the door, but our oven is notorious for being too hot, so I actually had to turn ours down. Ours is maybe a little bit more burnt than ideal, but you know, ultimately it still tastes great. Once it's finished, take it out of the oven and let it cool down to room temperature. Once it's at room temperature, put it in the fridge overnight minimum. Now we're going to move on to the ice cream. What we're going to do is make a lemon cheesecake base. So for that, you're going to start with your milk in your pan and then add in your sugars. Here we've gone with dextrose and normal table sugar. In our table sugar, we've added our stabiliser. You don't have to do it, remember, but I like to because I might not eat it all in one go. Once that's all combined, you're going to take your mascarpone cheese. This is 250 grams. This cream cheese was actually straight out the fridge, so you can get this to room temperature and make it easier for yourself when trying to combine with the milk, but if not, just keep whisking it in your pan and eventually it will all come together nicely. And then at that stage, add in your milk powder. Once that's all completely finished, turn off the heat and add in your lemon extract. We've gone with Nielsen Macy lemon extract here. It's really good quality stuff. Give that a final little mix and then take it off the heat completely and put it in a container. The final step, as always, like I do with all my ice creams, is add in the cream. There's not a lot of cream going in here because the mascarpone is super high fat at 40%. Give it one final little mix and put that in the fridge to chill down. That's going to take about 3 to 4 hours. Once your ice cream mix is completely chilled, take it out of the fridge, give it a final stir and put it in your machine to churn. Now whilst that's churning, you can take your burnt Basque cheesecake out of the fridge and try not to eat it like I'm doing here, but what you really want to do is kind of just cut it up into usable cubes. As you can see, we've got a plate full of these cheesecake cubes ready here. Going to keep them in the fridge until the ice cream is completely churned. And finally, when your ice cream is churned, start loading up your tub, a scoop at a time, and add in some cubes of your cheesecake as you go. Completely fill the tub using this method and then just top with 2 or 3 cubes of your burnt Basque cheesecake to finish off. Put that in the freezer to harden for 4 or 5 hours. There we go, the ice cream is out of the freezer. I've got the cheesecake to hand. I mean, it's just for visual. I'm not going to eat all of this. I mean, the calories in this litre of ice cream and this cheesecake alone, I dread to think. It's probably something around 4,000 to 5,000 calories just in these 2 items. I'd probably give it a go though. I think I'd have to fast for a day or two, but look at that. Probably overexposed. But let's get some scooped up in a bowl and see what this tastes like. There we go, scooped. So we've got a lemon cheesecake ice cream with burnt Basque cheesecake chunks scattered throughout. It's the first time we've ever used lemon extract. It's really good. It's got a nice strong flavour. I don't know how it tastes, so let's just try some of the ice cream first. It's a really nice flavour. Very natural kind of lemon flavour that you get from the lemon oils. From the rind, I normally just use lemon rind. You know, one or two lemons, depending on the size, per litre of ice cream base is normally more than enough to get a nice strong flavour. Some people say that their lemon ice cream is a bit weak in flavour, and I think that's to do with the type of lemons and the size of lemons more than anything else. So just check, you know, if you're looking at something that's small, then, you know, you might need to use 2 or 3, but if you've got huge, great lemons, Amalfi lemons or something like that, then, you know, 1.5 might suffice. But let's try some of this cheesecake that's in here as well. The cheesecake chunks are really, really good. They've frozen, but they're not frozen completely solid. So just like it's like a slight chewiness to it, which is really nice when you dig in. The mascarpone flavour comes through in the ice cream just a little bit. It's not overwhelmingly so. It's just nice that the ice cream actually has a flavour profile more in line with New York cheesecake. And to have the chunks of this Basque cheesecake through it is a really nice kind of change of texture and taste. It's very refreshing ice cream, and although the top of our Basque cheesecake is definitely, or does harbour the burnt element of the namesake, it kind of works in this because it's very sweet. Lemon ice cream can be very, very sweet, and to have that kind of caramelization or super caramelization really cuts through that sweetness really nicely. Really gives you 3 different flavours. You get the mascarpone, the lemon, and then you get that caramelization come through from the outside of the cheesecake. Overall, this is excellent. This is really, really nice combo. Super creamy and smooth, really, really nice texture. Flavour is excellent. The texture of that cheesecake, you know what, I reckon that cheesecake might just be better in the freezer on its own rather than in the fridge, but that's personal preference. Anyway, I'm going to start digging through the rest of this. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.